All right, first question, we got 2.1, 2.3. So let's go to 2.1. This is 2.119 in the book, number 4 online. This is a good test question. You'll see this one again. Now, what's it doing? Well, the domain is all real numbers. The range is from negative infinity to what? 3. Increasing from negative infinity to 2. And then 2 to 4, what's it doing? Constant. And then from 4 to positive infinity, what is it doing? Equals. Okay? So the function is increasing from negative infinity. I don't know if this is the way they want it, but negative infinity to 2 with a bracket on 2, and some people put parentheses because some instructors say it's a bracket, some people say it's parentheses. I pretty much say it's a bracket, but what does it say? Yeah. And then the function is decreasing from 4 to infinity. And then it's constant from 2 to what, 4?
Parentheses.
So let's see. That is a test question. Domain is all real numbers, and that's negative infinity to what? Positive infinity. And then the range is from negative infinity negative infinity to 3. And that would be a bracket, should be a bracket. I'm not going to worry too much about the brackets because I believe that when you get to 2, you put a bracket, it's inclusive of 2. But they're saying that half of the 2 is increasing and half of the 2 is what? Constant.
Yeah,
that's why they say it.
The bracket made sense to me, but
yeah. But they're saying that inside that dot, half that dot is increasing and half that dot is constant, so you can't say inclusive. That's their reasoning. I'm not going to worry too much about that. All right, so that's that question. That's a test question. Said that like 3 times, so hopefully I don't screw that up. Somebody will. But 2.6, 2.3, here's 2.3, 2.3, 19. That's the same one, so we'll do that one. This is the lowest one. This is 2.3, number 19, number 4 online. All right, so use the transformation of graphs. I think this has already been done. Can I clear it?
It locked me out.
Locked you out?
Yeah, it said they got 3 attempts. And it wouldn't let me do it.
Well, just hit similar question.
No, it blocks that out.
I need to fix that.
Yeah.
Remind me to fix it after class. All right, use transformations of graphs to sketch the graph of y sub 1, y sub 2, check by graphing view window, calculator, whatever. There we go. X squared minus 5. So x squared is going to be a parabola. And x squared minus 5 means that you're going to go this outside the square, so that means it's a vertical shift of negative 5. Okay. Okay, that's the basic. And the vertical shift is going to be negative 5. Why didn't it take negative
That's
5?
in the shrink.
Oh, vertical shift of negative 5. Sorry. Negative 5. And check it. Okay. I don't know what's wrong with it. Or do I have to type in all three?
Yeah.
I have to type in
And
all
that's
three.
where the first one I was good. I was confused how to plot the other ones like that.
So the second one is y is equal to x squared, and then what kind of negative 5 is down here, so it's probably just going to put it in the
Starting
middle.
the same thing.
Yeah. And we got a negative 5 on the vertical shift. And it didn't
It
work.
does the same thing to me.
Okay. And the 1/3, what happens to the 1/3? 1/3 is between 0 and 1, so what's it going to do along the x-axis? It's going to stretch. So you go to the horizontal stretch and you put 1/3. Really?
Yeah, if it highlights anything outside of that.
There. There's
So
that.
that was it. I wish it had told me that. Because I was trying to think, I had like plots and points. And
Yeah.
try to,
And you just, they're trying to get you to look at the vertical shift, the horizontal shift, and the orientation. That's all they want you to look at. They don't want you to plot any points. They just want you to look at those. And I agree with this because you do look at the vertical shift and orientation just doing this. That's why I leave them in the homework.
Yeah.
They're aggravating, but I'll fix it for you to where you can take it 1 3 times. I didn't know that it was set on 3 times.
It wasn't doing it before. It just started before.
All right, well then I need to fix that. This one is negative 5, so you're going to put that there again. And put the negative 5 right here. And then what's happening with the 2? Actually, it's going to be 4. So, because the 2 is squared. So, that's going to be 4. And it's going to be, you can put it on the vertical stretch, or you can put it on the, okay, we'll just put it right here for, what, 4? 3. And check
So
it.
if you were going to put it on the horizontal, you would put 4 as well.
Well, that doesn't say compression, does it? I don't think it says compression. Let's do another one. Okay, it's the same thing. Not really. Let's just do 1 and let's see if it says that. Yeah, it doesn't say horizontal compression. So you got a vertical stretch, which means horizontal compression. And then you got a horizontal stretch, which means vertical what? Compression. Mm-hmm. So they're calling one or the other.
Yeah, that's where I got all messed up, was how to plot that. I didn't know you could just put that in.
We'll fix that. After.
And that's why some of them it kicked me out. I was like, well, I'm not the same one.
Okay. This one, see this different numbers.
I think I had came back to it. I wasn't sure if I emailed.
Yeah, that's different numbers. So let's do that one. Okay, this one. So this one is going to be x squared and then minus 4. Okay.
It just works.
Yeah, it's not the other one. And then this next one is going to be 1/4, but it's going to be negative 4 again. So put a negative 4 here. And it's going to be stretched along the y-axis. So that's going to be 1/4 there. And then the last one, that's a 16 and a negative 4. So there, and then 16 would be negative 4 here. And the 16 here. You've got 4 squared. 4 squared is not 16. Evidently, they just went 4. Okay, it's got a -4 here. Horizontal stretch means this way. Is that where I put it last time? Vertical stretch. No, it's a vertical stretch. I'm going to put a 4, but it should be 16. That's 16. I thought, did I not type in 16? Yeah. See, that's 16. I thought I typed in 16. It said it's beyond the. So that's how you do those.
Well, it probably would have put 16.
Well, I put in 16. It didn't take it. Maybe I typed it in wrong. This is a conspiracy.
Well,
Try it and see what you
yeah,
get. All right, 2.323 is next. There's the food. Just grab me a steak, please. And then y'all get what y'all want. Let's see. So 2.3, 23/5. All right. Everybody get your biscuit, and then we'll go over this one. I got 2 buttered biscuits for anybody that's allergic to everything. Well, I knew somebody would be allergic to grease, or allergic to sausage, or allergic to bread, or so.
Man, there's so much people with those nut reactions that are like, I mean, you know, they like walk into a store and fall into a coma. I'm serious. I've heard some stories.
I think everybody's allergic to everything. Yes, ma'am.
What, you want jelly?
No, mustard and mayonnaise. Like I said, I usually do this around paydays. I don't expect it all the time.
Appreciate that.
It'd be a whole lot more fluent if you could blame my ex-wife for that.
Send her the bill.
Huh?
Send her the bill.
Yeah. Send her the bill. I don't see how y'all eat a biscuit without something to drink. I get the hiccups. I will eat a biscuit and then without something to drink, and I'll get the hiccups.
We'll never run out of here.
I can't do it. Yeah, downstairs. You go downstairs what you want. Anybody need to go now. Told y'all to go a while ago and y'all didn't go. Y'all suck.
I was too busy arguing with people on the phone.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like I said that. I called you and you didn't call me back. Are you not interested? I just like paused. It's just like, man.
Breathe.
Yeah, it's like, I said, yeah, but I got tied up. You know, I would be like, you're not the only person who ever called me.
What was Earl? He should have been answering the phone.
I'd talked to him. He asked for me.
Have y'all been out there on my place yet?
I don't know. I know Hugh called the other day about it. So.
I'm going to sell the rest of that property. I'm getting tired of it.
You know, Hugh, he's going to get after it.
It's something.
Man, and he's like almost 80.
He's the same age as my dad.
Really?
They were roommates in Clemson.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
No, there was 4 of them. No real tight. Jones and Sidney Chamblee and my dad and Hugh Brown.
My grandfather and Hugh were in the National Guard together.
Where's all your people from?
On my dad's side, Williamston.
I was fixing to say, I was wondering if you were up there toward the jockey lot, because there's a lot of Ellis's.
Yeah, my great grandfather, he was, I think one time he was plant manager at Mount Vernon in Williamston.
Then he knows Ben Christburg.
Right.
Ben Christburg, and yeah, the Christburgs are real fluent in that area with Mount Vernon and with Gerber. Where was Gerber? Pelzer, West Pelzer. The Gerber plant was in Pelzer, I think. I'm pretty sure it was. They were the head honchos.
There was King back there.
Yeah. I don't know if your people knew them or not.
I'm sure my grandmother,
Probably
I'm sure
did.
she does.
You gotta ask her. Is she still living?
Yeah, she
You
does.
gotta ask her. Ben Christburg, just so nice. Dad was SOB,
Right.
and his name was Ben too. But Ben Jr., he was the guy that everybody loved him. He was just great. I did a lot of surveying for him on Shelter Road.
I thought they'll ever.
That was, oh gosh, that was a mess. He wanted to build houses, but you know what happens when people want to build houses? It turns into trailers.
Oh, yeah.
And he just, I cut those lots, and I was so young, and Daddy just had a heart attack, and I was doing a lot of that myself, and he broke them up into half-acre lots, but then he was supposed to put houses on it, and he didn't. And he was turned into.
Yeah, and if you don't put anything in the deed, any kind of restrictions, they can do whatever.
Oh gosh! And have you ever gone down Shutter Road on the left and right side? Oh, sometimes those machines give you extra money. So, Shutter Road was, and then the other place was, you know where 29 North is, and you're going toward, you know, the ugly house and the brick ugly house on the left when you come out of Anderson. It's brown and beige bricks, and but anyway, across the road is Smith Junkyard.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the next couple of roads up on the right. I busted up. He had like 50 or 60 acres up there. I busted up into 10-acre tracts, and they were all like this wide and like airstrips. Yeah, and sometimes I just.
Oh, some of it's ugly.
Oh,
Some
gosh.
of it's like you're done, you're embarrassed.
Yeah, it's like, oh gosh. But there's not anywhere in Anderson County that I think I've surveyed.
It's
Even though it's got my dad's name on it. All right. So, everybody eating their breakfast now. The graph, y is equal to f of x, is in red. So that's y is equal to f of x. And the transformation is y is equal to g of x. No shrinking or stretching is involved. So that's x squared. So this is going to be negative x squared. It's got a horizontal shift of what? 4 to the right. So that means negative 4. So we take our handy dandy transparency. And I'm gonna do some animation here while y'all are eating. Let's go with a blue line, and let's go from here to there. And we take our handy dandy, that's a negative 4. And then a vertical shift. Take our handy dandy magenta line. Go down. So what's that? That's the vertical shift of what? Negative what? Negative 3. Now it's opening up the opposite direction. So that means that A is going to be what? Negative.
Where I got confused.
So now we go to the way that you write this thing, and f or g of x, or whatever they say the blue line is equal to, well, you know it's x squared because it's the same as the red. But before you write the square, you have to include the what? The horizontal shift. and then you have to encase that in the square root or the squared, and then minus 3, and then what tells me that it's open and downward? Negative.
So it goes on the outside.
Yeah, negative goes on the outside because the 1 or the number that tells you what it looks like is on the outside, and that's because of complete the square. And if there's a number out there, you factor it out. That's why we're going to get into complete the square, and you'll see why it's like that. That's why sometimes I think it's good to do complete the square first, but I understand why they put this first, so when we get to complete the square, you'll understand what this means. That's why I don't give y'all a test until we finish Unit 2. Okay? Because I don't think what is it? Trying to think of the word. You don't get the first unit until the second unit. And you understand better the second unit after you do the second unit and you've done the first unit. It's kind of like both. You know how in some math courses you take the first unit and the second unit is dependent upon the first unit? Well, this is different. This is the first unit is dependent on the second unit, and the second unit is dependent on the first unit. So technically, you could teach either one of them first, and it would be okay. So that's why I don't give I think if I give you both the tests at the same time, you've had more time to let it sink in. That's why, and I do this with all my 110 classes. Okay, so it ain't like the first time I've done it. All right, so that's that. Everybody got that? And you feel good about yourself. And nobody's breaking out in hives. Did somebody eat one of the butter biscuits? Oh my gosh, I bought me a toaster. It's been like, I've been wanting to buy a toaster for a long time. You know, a toaster oven. Because a toaster, you can't do anything with a toaster except do bread. And my son, oh, you got a toaster this week with me. And he got a toaster. And he said, make me a sandwich. I said, you make it yourself. And so he got 2 pieces of bread. And he put the ham on one side and cheese on the other. And put it in there. And he just sat there and watched it like it's the greatest thing in the world. He's 9. So. Huh?
Good to like whole pizza, like beef
Yeah.
pizza one night and put pizza in the next day.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, I told him that's why I bought it for, because we usually get pizza once a week. But anyway, I don't know why I'm talking squirrel. I don't know why I'm talking about pizza. Oh well. Oh, I was talking about and he takes, in the morning, he takes the English muffin, puts it in there and he puts peanut butter and honey on it. So.
Sounds good.
Yep. When we've got time, when he don't lay in the bed till forever. Sometimes I have to go in there with a squirt gun and squirt him. All right, so that's that. So the answer would be, you type it in right here, negative, parentheses, x minus 4 raised to the second. Huh? Really? It's a conspiracy.
How did you do the square again? What key?
Shift 6 minus 4, close parentheses, shift up 2, come back down, minus what? 3. I feel good about myself. I got it excellent. You got it wrong.
Yeah,
You're a loser.
I didn't feel good after that.
You can always put smokestacks on your car.
Yeah. I kept messing up with the negative.
I went to get my cattle guard put back on my front of my truck because I had a piece. I cut out a piece and welded a piece in, and then I painted it again, and I had it put on the front of my truck. It's a brush guard. I call it a cattle guard. And the guy, I had the tires rotated up here at Donnie's, up here across from West Side, and there was a Dodge truck in there with a blue Dodge truck with a single smokestack coming out of the back end. And I was trying to find the person that owned it. I said, where's the person that owns that truck? Oh, he's not here. I said, well, what's the smokestack for? And he just laughed. He said, I would read your Facebook. He said, it's for horsepower. And I said, yeah. Then go overcompensation. If you need to look up overcompensation, it's in the dictionary. I can't get this to work. What the heck is the matter with this?
Yeah, you gotta leave the page.
Well, it's not working. Bushy's fault. There we go. All right, 23. Next is 46. Today must be question day.
Yeah. Well, it's because it locked me out. So
Okay.
some of them I kind of had a good grasp on, but I couldn't do it again. So
All right, 2.3, 46/8. Graph the function using the techniques of shifting. All right. Is this attached, is the -3 attached to the x?
no.
No. It is not in the what? The radical. If it was in the radical, it would be a horizontal shift. But since it's not in the radical, it's a what?
Vertical.
Y'all supposed to be interactive, all of you. Some of y'all just sitting there going, thank you. It's a vertical shift. So that means we got to go down how many? All right. Now, this negative x that's in there, first of all, it'd have to be going downward. So it'd have to be down here, negative, looks like that one. I'm looking. This one's not it because that's a positive. That one's a positive. That one's just all screwed up. Wait a minute. Let me think. Wait a minute. Negative would be, I think it would be this one. No, it'd be this one.
Yeah, that's
Right
what
here.
I was.
There it is, because it's
confused.
going the opposite direction. It's going the opposite direction. I'm thinking of the inverse, which I'll show you how to do the inverse in just a minute. But the inverse, that's the inverse. This is the opposite direction. Oh, just got to check right there. Sorry, I didn't see that till just now. This is the opposite direction. That's the inverse. But there's the vertical shift of -3 right here. Right there.
Yeah, that's what I was confused about. What flips it on the
Yeah,
y-axis
that's
versus the x.
and we'll go through that today before we do complete and square. Did we do odd or an even last time?
We did.
I thought we did. Okay, well, I just need to show you how to find the inverse, which is real simple. It's real simple. All right, that's that one. And that's 46. So that's 46 and 73. This is 73/12. Let the domain of f of x be -4 to 3 and the range be 0 to 3. Find the domain and range of -x. Well,
Yeah, I
First
know
of
that's
all-
super simple, but I got all mixed up.
well, it couldn't. Right now, I don't see it being super simple until I got to draw something out.
Okay.
I'm very visual.
Me too.
Okay, I like to look at things. I don't like to read things. I'm not a reader. I can't read a comic book without falling asleep. So I'm just going to look at what this looks like, and I'm going to take my handy dandy white highlighter, and my domain is -4 to 3. All right, there's my domain. I'll take my handy dandy black marker, and I'm going to put -4 to 3. Because I got to see what's happening. And the range is 0 to 3. So I take my handy dandy yellow and go from 0 to 3. And that is my range. So if I do the inverse, or not the inverse, hold on, find the domain range of -f of x. So what does this mean? So let's draw this out right here. X and f of x. And over here I've got -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Everybody agree with that? What does this mean? That means everywhere there's an X, you're going to plug in a what? Negative X. So that would make this what? Positive, 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 negative, negative, negative. So that means that my range would be what? My range would be from -3 to what? +4. So -3, +4. And my domain would still be negative what? -4 to what? +3. I just made another column.
Yeah,
What I did is I skipped a step. F of X would be +4. This is where it should be. 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2, -3.
it wouldn't be positive.
No, because when you plug in, see this is your X. Hold on a minute, where's my eraser?
Oh, you just, okay.
I skipped a step
Gotcha. Yeah.
because I was thinking out loud.
Okay,
All right, what were these? -4,
yeah.
-3, -2, -1. So basically, both of them are the same now. It should be the answer. I don't know what the answer is. Hold on. The domain now is -4 to 3. It should be. Oh, you answered 4 to -3, but it'd still be the same. And then the range would be from -3 to positive what? 0 to 3.
See, that's what messed me up. The domain they're saying is -3 to 4. That's what I didn't get. I think it corrected that answer.
I think I did do that right. That's -3 to 4. Huh. I may be reading the question wrong. All right. Find the domain and range of f of -x. F of -x means that you're going to plug in. So I was right by making these positive. That means you're going to plug in a -x wherever there's an x, which would make all these answers what? Positive, the opposite. So I was right to put it where I did have it. This is positive, 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 positive. But I don't know how you get.
And I don't know if you want to look at the example.
I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know how they're doing it. It looks like to me the question is a little bit confusing.
And the way they ask it, they almost make it out like you should just be able to quickly do it in your head.
Yeah,
You know.
no, I don't agree with this question. Hold on. Let the domain of f of x be in the range, find the domain of f of -x. If all. It looks like to me they're just switching. I don't agree with this question too much.
What kills me is I wish they showed on a graph. Like as they do.
Yeah,
show it
that
on
it
a
needs to
graph.
be shown on the graph because right now you don't
That's so
you don't have
hard.
any idea what they're thinking. It looks like to me this is what they did. It's reflective, so the -4 would be +4, and the 3 would be what? -3. So your domain will be -3 to +4, and you don't have a reflective of 3, so the range is going to stay the same. That's what they're saying. Because you're reflective around the y-axis is what they're saying. So let me show you this. Maybe this will help. You got a graph there, and you got a graph here. And it's reflective around the y-axis. Are you with me?
Mhm.
That's reflective. It's supposed to be the same. All right, this is -1. X is equal to -1. What's this? Positive 1. -2, positive 2. -3, positive 3. So it's reflective. So what's the opposite of positive 2? -2. So that's where they're getting this. The opposite of -4 is what? Positive 4. The opposite of 3 is -3. So that's where they're getting that. Now, why is the range the same? Well, what is the range of this side? 0 to what? 3. What is the range of this side?
Same thing.
That's why they're getting it. So it's a whole lot easier to see it if you draw a what?
Yeah.
Picture. So I don't like that question. I would rather you see it on a graph rather than see it. So I wouldn't use that question on the test. So don't beat yourself up too bad about that, because it's, unless you draw a picture, you don't understand what the question's
Yeah,
asking.
because it almost looked like they did reverse the sign and flip it on the first one, but then the second one.
Well, they
stayed
don't.
the same.
They don't, because why? The range is going to stay the
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
It's going to stay the same. But you don't see that until you see a picture. And you're welcome. I showed you how to do that.
Yeah,
Now you feel
good.
better about yourself. And
So
I'm
there's some money
fantastic.
in
I'm a
this.
fantastic teacher. All
I'll
right.
cancel
Next question. I was kidding. All right. Oh, I got to show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all my pride and joy. Remember? Huh? No.
That's a picture. It's a picture.
I don't need smokestacks. I don't need video equipment in my truck. I don't need 18-inch lift kit. Okay? I'm very secure. All right. Now, I want to show you that don't look good. Moth, C and D. That look good. What am I going to show you? Oh, I launched my website. Oh, I don't want to show that, but there's my website. Remember me telling y'all about the program that I was doing?
See, it is me.
Huh?
That's what
That
it
does
is,
look
man.
like you right there.
Yeah, that's me. That was
Yeah.
me last night doing math.
And dang old refresher courses, I've got 6 now. No. My office, these are all made up pictures. There's 6 classes. And I'm working on these 3 right now. Anybody got to take the ACT or anything?
Nobody gonna take the teas for this.
Well, there's your refresher. I'm working on it right now. Huh?
We have to take it by the spring.
Well, this covers, it's a nursing test to get into the nursing program.
It's any medical field, because I'm doing diagnostic sonogram, I'm taking that, but it's the nursing too.
Well, this is the math portion. This is a refresher on the math portion. And I want to get with the English people and the science people to maybe put English and a science, and that's why it's called Kickstart. It's the website is called Kickstart Education. And when I put some other courses on here that's not math, I'll change this to Kickstart Education. But until then, it's mathematics. But you need to tell some people about that, because it covers everything from basic math up to, I think the T's goes up to Algebra 2 and statistics. And I cover everything. There's like 9 modules. And it's around 2 to 3 weeks. So, and you just watch the videos and do the worksheets and take the quizzes. And if you fail the final exam, that means you suck and you should not
Well,
take
I don't
T's.
actually I don't think you have to pass the T test, but the better.
The higher you score, the better play.
points you get.
Yeah. So that'd be good to take. And then for some of you taking Calculus 1, okay, let's say 2 or 3 semesters down the road, you're going to need to refresh on what? College algebra. You may not need to concentrate on college trig, because you're just taking college trig before you go into, but you want to take this again, because this goes over everything that we're doing now. So, and they're designed for 1 to 3 weeks, depending on the student. So, and then of course we also we is me. I don't like to say me or I, so I say we, and bring on office hours and bring on videos. So I launched that. I launched it like two days ago, Monday. While everybody was here at class, I launched it, and it's kind of a nice thing to have. I kind of proud of it.
Anyway, took some time.
Yeah, and doing 6 courses and putting about 4 or 5 animations, and this is what one of them is. This is one module, and I think you cover this in the. I have the sound turned off because I don't like to hear it. You go over this in the TEAS test. You go over this in the TEAS course. You go over graphing, and you go over that. Y'all see the little dot moving.
That's so much better because, I mean, like on those examples in the hall, it would be so awesome if they would plot some of those and then say when you do it and like flip, you know what I mean? That in your mind, just in my mind, it makes so much more sense.
Yeah. Well, there's actually a section in the college algebra where I show the flipping. This problem we just did, I show it flipping, and it works out real good. So you see movement there. I'll turn it on. There, you heard me.
Now.
Yeah, now. But anyway, that's my. I'm happy about that. So I'll shut up now.
And go to combined smokestacks.
Yeah, that's my smokestacks. So I feel good about myself. All right, where was I? Oh yeah, homework. There we go. We just did 2.373. Now let's move on to 2.6. And this looks like number 1 maybe. Yeah, number 1 on whatever that is, visual something. I don't know what the visual is, what the cue is, but question number 9 in the homework. Oh, it's a visual thing. Watch the video and then solve. Let f of x be 1 minus blah, 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 and g of x be x cubed minus 4. I think we can do this without looking at the video.
Yeah, the video doesn't.
Take your handy dandy. Let's graph these two. That means you'll need to be graphing. I'll help you with this x cubed minus 4. What is that minus 4? What is that?
The vertical shift.
Negative 4, so that means your x cubed function is right there. And graph this one. That x plus 4. I don't know why they wrote it like this. Because that's a plus 1. That would be negative. See, they do things just to confuse y'all.
Oh, they get nasty, man. They get vindictive.
I thought only women do that. Oh, sorry. Plus 1. I didn't say that.
I'll say it.
Okay. What does this mean? This is got a horizontal shift of what?
Negative 4.
Negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And a vertical shift of 1. And we know that the regular function looks like this. But what did we say this one looks like? It goes what? The opposite what? It goes the opposite direction. Okay, everybody with me? So there's your 2 functions. Now, and that's why probably why they do the video, because they put it on a calculator. I don't know, they did graph it on a calculator. You might want to graph these on a calculator though.
They showed it going, I guess, from that point under, back across the y-axis.
This way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I thought it. Okay, my bad.
That's where I got all mixed up.
Well, I don't know why I would do that. That's why you graph it on a calculator. Graph it on a calculator, and which way is it going? Underneath?
Yeah.
Okay, like this. Okay. Now, this says f plus g of what? 5. Now, there's two ways you can do this. What does 5 in parentheses mean? It means that you can plug it in as what?
That's a good question.
As x. Remember me telling y'all that? So find x is equal to 5. X is equal to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here. You got a value for y here. You got a value of y what? There. And they're telling you to what? What are they telling you? Add them together. Or you can take 5 and plug it into both of them and then add those two results together. So however you want to do it is up to you. I'm not going to do it by this graph because I have no idea what numbers these are. So what I'll do is I'll pull up my handy dandy calculator and graph them, and then we'll see what it looks like. So pull up the calculator, and we're going to graph. And that's why I tell you on some of these graphs, just punch them in. So we got x cubed minus 4. Y is equal to x cubed minus 4. And then I'll make the other one thicker. And that'll be negative parentheses x plus 4 raised to the what? 0.5 power plus 1. And graph. Like I probably got to use parentheses. Hold on. Let me go back to it. Go to you need to put this in parentheses. Second insert parentheses here and then parentheses there. Plus 1. I understand why I don't like it.
They let me put it in just like it shows it.
Okay, well we'll put that in. The square root, second square root of x minus 4. And you take this out. And I don't need, I'm going to leave that in there. Okay,
Yeah,
tell me what you
mine's got
have.
the negative and then the square root symbol.
Okay, it don't like those parentheses.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. There. That's good. What the heck does it like the parentheses? It's not like I've done this before.
Well,
What have I got wrong? Oh, I know what I did wrong. I put in a subtraction symbol. Can't use the subtraction symbol. Alright, so there's the 2. Now, let's go to, I'm going to blow this up because we need to go to f of 5. So I'm going to go to zoom box, no sneezing please. Zoom box, and I'm going to just highlight like from -6 or whatever to like that. Zoom back maybe a little bit. Zoom out. One more. Well, that's not going to look very much. But we can go to trace and go to x is equal to 5. You're not going to see it there. X is equal to 5. Somebody tell me what x is equal to 5 It looks like around 127 point something. All right. Go to window or table. Go to table. Where's table? Second graph. And go to x is equal to 5. What is y? 121. Write down those two y's. For the first graph, it's 121. For the second graph, it's what? -2. What is 121 minus 2? So your answer here is 119. And you feel good about yourself.
No, I'm not having no one to punch myself in the face.
Or you could do this. Take 5 and plug in. What's 5 to the third power? 125. What's 125 minus 4? Boom. Hold that in your head. 121. And then 5 plus 4 is 9. 9. 3 minus 1 is 2. -2. -2 plus 121 is 119. So you can do it graphically or you can do it plug and chug. So let's do a nerd. Let's see what it's asking.
That was way simpler than what I thought it was.
What?
That was way simpler than I thought it was.
Yeah. So because they don't give you a picture. Now they probably give you a picture in the video. Did you watch the video?
Not that one, no.
Okay. Do they? Okay. Do
Yeah,
they
the
show
video-
what? Okay.
Yeah, I watched several and I was like, they don't.
The question helps you an example about
Okay. Well, then we won't watch the video then.
You can, but
No, I don't
watched
want to.
several, and I was like, forget that.
Okay, if possible, evaluate f times g of 0. So you do that. Do it algebraically. And then
Yeah.
we'll do it on the graph.
I was wanting to multiply the equations together.
Yeah. You could and plug in
Yeah,
0.
But then it got nasty and I was like, this can't be right.
Well, the reason you wouldn't multiply them is because you have x plus 4 to the 1/2 power, and that sucks. You can't really multiply x plus 4 to the 1/2 power with anything.
Yeah, I shut down right there.
Yeah. So this one, you could plug in 0 and see what you get. Plug in the other one 0 and then multiply them together and see what you get. Or you could just quit.
I thought that's what that's my stuff was.
Huh? No, just quit. It's easier to quit. Yeah.
So if you put a 0 on your square root, back,
Yeah, for that TEAS class, I actually had to pull up a bunch of TEAS information. They don't give out a lot. It's kind of like the ACT and the SAT. They don't give out very much. So I had to take parts of what I found.
So next time you go on Amazon and you do the workup on that stuff, things. And
Well, now you don't have to. Now you just watch the class. You need to tell your friends. Tell your friends. And I'm going to be putting some more stuff on there too. I'm going to keep adding to it. Not too much like it'd be a whole week class, a whole month class. No, just I'm going to add a few more things to it, a few more videos. Okay, f of g of 0. What is 0 minus 4?
-4.
All right, hold that in your brain. And what's 0 plus 4? 4 square root of 4? 1 minus 2? What's -1 times -4? We feel good about ourselves. Now, if you take those two and you go back to your graph, what is f of 0? So go up to 0. There it is. And just multiply them together. Now, the best way to do this is punch it into the calculator, go to table, and then just look at the numbers and multiply them or add them or do whatever. That's the easiest way to do it. Now, if this problem did not have an x plus 4 to the 1/2 power or the square root, then you could multiply the two together algebraically and then plug in the number. I see that. You're yawning. I see that. I'm sorry. Go back to the Miss say, would you go back to C? Say, go back there and put the thermostat in the halfway position. Maybe that'll help.
Again, on the square root, what did you do there? You put
0 in.
Yeah, and then you got 4. Square root of that is 2.
1 minus 2 is negative 1. Boom.
Okay, I guess I got mixed up on the 1 minus.
Yeah, you probably got 1. Because a lot of people say 1 minus 2 is 1.
Okay. Oh, gotcha. I see. It clicked.
Okay, good. Now, what's next? Let's see what's next. Try again. No. Why does it say try again? I didn't get anything wrong. Why does it say that?
Because they're completed, I think. I think once you complete it, you can just do more.
We'll get through to that one. Okay, next one. That was number 1, 2.6, number 7. Number 7, number 3 online. Okay, this is F composed of G. Now remember what I told you on F composed of G. F, you're going to rewrite with parentheses. So what is F? What is F of X? 4x minus 1. So you're going to rewrite that as what? 4, big set of parentheses, minus 1. And then what are you going to plug into the parentheses? X squared plus 2. Now do the math or do the algebra, and that's going to be 4x squared plus 8 minus 1.
So whatever variable's first, you're going to rewrite.
You're going to rewrite it with big parentheses. That's a Hubertism.
Yeah, I was trying to remember that one too.
All right. And what's 8 minus 1? 4x squared plus 7. That is F composed of what? G. What's so funny? Am I going to have to move y'all from the window?
Okay, but it's
Okay. What? Who? Blake, they're going to sell you out, man. You can't do anything. They're going to sell you out.
okay.
Now what do I do with 4x squared plus 7? Plug in negative 7.
I did not get that.
So 4 times negative 7 squared plus 7. And what's negative 7 squared? 49 times, or 50 times 4 is 200, minus 4 is 196. 196 plus 7 is what? Did I do that right?
What did you just do? You lost me.
What's 196 plus 7? 203? I think the answer is 203. Of course I am. That's why I don't need smokestack.
You just done about 50 and then.
Yeah.
You got
Dang old 203. Excellent. I got a gold star. What did I do? I did it in my head. What's negative 7 squared? I didn't use 49. I used 50. Because 50, you can multiply and then subtract 4. And then 196 plus 7 is 203.
So you always rewrite the first one, get that, and then plug that into the second equation.
Yep. That's it. That's how you do. Now they're going. That's going to be it on that one. So let's do a similar one. You do that one.
I think one of the other ones I asked you was just like that.
All right, you try that one. And if you can't do it, just mark it up as being a loser. and living in a ditch. Yeah, you could live in a box in a ditch, yeah. You could use a box, but you would be upscale. Huh? Yeah. But you also could go to Kentucky Fried Chicken. They used to sell those little laptop meals with a cardboard laptop. And you could have a cardboard box with a cardboard laptop living in a ditch.
Oh, goodness.
Don't ask me where I got that living in a ditch. I've been doing that for 5 or 6 years. All that come from one student. She would come in every day, and she was like my ex-mother-in-law. You don't ask how she's doing. And it got to where the students would not ask. They'd just say, hey. They wouldn't ask, how are you doing today? They wouldn't. I mean, she had cancer on top of diabetes, on top of heart condition, on top of typhoid, on top of, what else do you die from? Malaria. She had everything. And a broke leg, and a broken back, and worked 80 hours a week, and a 48-hour day. Y'all got the picture? So people quit asking her, and eventually she came in one day and said, oh, I just don't know if this is worth it. And then I said, quit. And the whole class just looked. And then ever since then, I've been doing the quit thing and the loser thing. And she probably did quit. I don't think she graduated. Oh my gosh. And she would come to class. And she had this book bag that she rolled around. I mean, it had a thing of gum on one of the wheels. And then and you could hear her come down the hallway. She's at Pinnacle campus. And she would come in, and she had this bag. And instead of having a notebook, she would take her papers and stuff in her book. So when she opened up her book, or when she had got her book out of the bag, it would have all these papers sticking out of the book. And I had to see what the book bag looked like inside, because it was, she was interesting. All right. Y'all don't have any weird people in y'all's classes like that?
I'm not saying anything because I am that guy.
No.
Everybody's thinking it. I know.
No, you're not. 4 times x minus 1. And what do you put inside?
X squared plus 3.
X squared plus 3. And then now you do the math. 7 squared is, I'm sorry, what? 49. 49 plus 3 is 52. 50 times forward, 208. Negative 208 minus 1 is.
So you just kind of cut a step out of it that way, right?
Yeah, I don't.
So you rewrite it and plug it in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's up to you how you want to do it. The composition is a little bit different from the multiplication and the addition. You actually have to go through and do it. You have to go through and plug it in. You can't do a composition on the graph. It's hard to do. So that's why you have to do it this way. So that would be, what I say, I don't forget what was negative what? 209. And the last one, since today is question day, got 2 more. 2.661/5. Use f of x and g of x to find the composition, identity, blah, 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 blah. They want you to do A, B, C, and D. This is a good test question. The reason is because it has a lot of different things. So take a minute and do it. You got 3 things to do, A, B, and C, using these 2 functions. You don't have to plug in anything, so the only thing you have to do is compose. You don't have to plug in any numbers. So Hillary Clinton does not know what C stands for in the document. What do y'all think? I think she is too.
Well, she didn't have much time to do that.
I don't know.
She's
She's
only
only
been in
been
government her whole life.
30 years.
Yeah.
She didn't know what the C on the State Department document means.
And it might have been the concussion too.
Yeah.
Remember that when she couldn't testify, she had a concussion? Like, hell, more likely to have it.
What gets me is people still vote for her. That's what gets me. But that's their right. They can vote for her all she wants. That's fine. That's their freedom. What happened to Ronald Reagan when they said that he was showing a little bit of Alzheimer's?
Oh yeah,
It was
they made
posted on all the media and saying that Ronald Reagan's going crazy. Ronald Reagan's going this. This woman is a chronic liar, and she makes up stuff as she goes, and the media says nothing. They don't say nothing. She got on the plane today, and she was welcoming the press. It's like,
yeah, the one she handpicked.
yeah.
Was it the plane that Dow Chemical donated?
I don't know. It's blue. All I saw was blue Hillary logo on the tail. All I saw.
Did you hear that? That Dow had donated a plane to Bill, like a 757, for humanitarian issues.
Yeah. What about the uranium that she sold? They sold to Russia, and Russia sold to Iran, and now Iran is using that uranium for what?
Oh no, they
To build
signed.
a nuclear weapon.
No, they signed the papers. They wouldn't do that.
Oh yeah, that's
You
right.
forgot.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The Iranian deal. Yeah.
She fixed that.
Okay.
Yeah,
shut
under
up.
their administration, they signed a nuclear deal right away.
I just found it weird if we back to a standard basis. I've seen maybe one person actually cover for. Again, I saw the Trump bumper stickers and all that. And I've seen more Sanders stickers than that's all. I've seen
You
one
wait
person
and see
ever.
what I tell you. He's going to win by a landslide. Because the media is doing everything they can to persuade the American people, because for years the American people have shut their eyes. We've shut our eyes, and we've said, okay, just go ahead and we'll just vote for whoever. But people are tired of that, and that's why people are taking more. And I think everybody should. I think to vote, you should pass a test. You should pass 10 questions on current events. If you don't know those current events, you don't vote. Because I think you have to be you have to be cognitive. You ever seen Water's World? Those people should not vote. Who was the first president of the United States? Thomas Jefferson? Those people should not vote. You an informed voter, vote for whoever you want to. I have no problem with
I
that.
think he asked someone who won the Civil War.
Yeah, and they said Korea.
Oh my goodness.
Those people should not vote. They shouldn't vote for that either. Some of y'all don't know what that means, but anyway. All right. So if you wanted to do this one, it says F fog and golf. Usually that's going to be, I don't like to say that last one, fog. Fog and golf. So first one, I'm going to take F and write it in. The second one, I'm going to take G and write it. And then the last one, I'm going to take F and rewrite it from the parentheses. Now what goes in fog? What goes in here?
The G.
Square root of 25 minus X. What goes in golf? X squared. And what goes in fog? And there's your three answers. Now just simplify them. What happens to these two guys? They go out and you're left with what?
25 minus this.
25 minus X squared comes out to be what? 5 minus what?
X.
5 minus X. Follows me a little bit.
Give you a negative x plus 5.
What?
How do you like to say it?
Is that the answer?
No, that's right.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I got. I don't
And the
know.
next to the what? 4. I just don't like the way it looks. And this is just weird.
We use the X on
Huh?
we use the X on first, I guess.
Yeah. I guess it just looks funny. All right, so you type in the answers, and I'm just going to type in 3, so I don't have to type in all that stuff. I'm a teacher, I can do that. I know, I won't feel good about it. That's all right, I have smokestacks I can get. 25 minus X. Or I can put $10,000 worth of video equipment and audio equipment in my $5,000 car.
Well, that's my start
The what? Oh yeah, add at least $4,000 rims on a $1,000 car, with the engine blowing out blue smoke, which means that it's burning oil because you didn't take the $4,000 and work on the engine.
You look good.
Yeah, but you look good. As long as you turn the engine off, you look good.
Now, could you look at that and just know what the domain was of that, or is it?
You would have to graph it. That's why they
Okay.
tell you to use a graphing calculator.
Okay.
Negative X plus 25 would be a negative graph going like this. And that's why it's negative infinity to 25.
So it makes okay. Yeah.
Okay?
You know, once your mind gets blocked on something,
Yeah.
it's like you're done.
G of F, I only care about G of F, F of G, G of F, and F of F. That's the only thing I care about on this one. And this one turns out to be
They
left
simplify
it. Yeah, I didn't like the way that looked either. So let's just not do that one. Because that looked like it didn't look good. And then this one, I know that one's right because there's nothing else you can do. But the domain of this one, if you graph this one, you need to graph it, you'll see the domain. And then this one is X4. The domain of this is going to be all real numbers because you can plug anything into this. Remember, radicals, the domain is affected. These, the domain is not affected that much. Okay? Now, since we went over 6 or 8 questions today, I am not going to be able, what time's class in? 11? I'm not going to be able to start a new section today, but that's fine. We're okay. All I need y'all to